Habarigani, Mayenduga Nadada. Just want to reassure you today, my brothers and sisters, that I love you. You're my descendants. My descendants, you may be asking yourselves rhetorically. Yes. I'm within the group that's on their way out to the region of the ancestors. I'll be looking over you, trying to touch your spirit with my spirit. After I get into that realm, throughout eternity, will be my mission. To protect you, to guide you, to lead you, and to help you when you needed help. We need to think about this and think about it very carefully. Now, mind you, I'm going to be speaking in generalities unless otherwise noted by me. The primary question we should be concerned with, after looking at all the evidence that points us to what our decision should be, is should we trust white people? Well, let's look at the records and see that the records speak for themselves. First of all, ancestor, almost, the Honorable Robert Mugabe, who was the leader of Zimbabwe, has already pronounced boldly that the only white man that can be trusted is a dead white man. Unquote. Now listen here. That's the information, the resource, the evidence that we need on the verbal level that's given to us who's on his or her way to ancestor land. Now listen. What some of you have observed during your lifetime throughout the diaspora, Mother Africa, and any place we were, we can bear witness to this. Black people can be atrociously murdered, taken advantage of, hated, killed, enslaved. And all white people either support it, or some are against it, and some even will fight against it. I'm going to just lay it out to you so you can make your own decisions about what you ought to do. White policemen, primarily, have been engaged in shooting black boys, babies, girls, and young ladies, and men in the back. Unarmed men and women and children. And they kept their jobs, took a paid vacation, and came back to work. Listen to me now. Emmett Till was accused by a white woman of whistling at her in Mississippi. The white men got a mob and beat him up atrociously, disfigured him, made him a horrible entity to lay your eyes on. But The judge and jury let the white men go who did it. Thereafter, a little while later, the white woman admitted she was lying. Justice? Where's the justice they provide? We started a business in Tulsa, Oklahoma, many businesses. It was so prominent that it was known throughout the world, called Black Wall Street. And they came in and tore it down and bombed it from the air and totally destroyed it. Listen to me carefully. Starting in the 1890s, they began to lynch us from trees by ones, twos, threes, fours, and even sixes and sevens. And walked away free. Where's our justice from them? They even held our ancestors in captivity, slavery, chattel slavery, and worked them for approximately 270 years according to historical reports. It was longer, of course, but for 270 years, making them pick cotton and tobacco and cut sugar cane. So much that it caused the profit the white folks made from it, caused the rise of capitalism. And didn't give them a dime for all that labor they expended. Our ancestors, I'm talking about, the white man, the slave master. Turned them loose, didn't give them a dime, promised them 40 acres and a mule, they never got that. Still waiting on those 40 acres. And maybe a tractor now. But not being paid attention to when we ask for it, as opposed to demand it, thereby getting our justice. So where is the justice they provide for us? White boys have gone into churches and killed, mass shots, killed black people in their house of worship. And when law enforcement picked him up, they took him by Burger King and bought him some French fries and a hamburger. We wanted him before they took him down to jail. Where's our justice at? How do they treat us? Why do they treat us this way? Again, it's not every white person, but it is the general white person. When they view us, they do not view human beings. They view something entirely different from human beings. As a matter of fact, we have been defined by their law enforcement departments and professors and things of this nature that we are only 3/5 of a human being. I don't know what the other 2/5 are composed of. Now, all these black boys the police shot, they haven't given any justice, any time. They have their funds to do what's right. We have not received any justice. But now they have to turn their eye that doesn't see what's happening to us and our people on a daily basis. But now that a white boy went into a school and shot up the schools and killed 17 people, the nation wakes up. Do you hear me? They wake up. They wake up because, not because of what has happened to you, but because it affects them now. The chickens are coming home to roost. See? That's the only reason he's doing that. They want to use you again. We had an organization going on already. No, too many people didn't help it or assist it. Black Lives Matter. And they came in and took it over, renamed it. All lives matter. That lets you know where they're coming from right there. We don't mean a damn to them. Not every one of them, but to them in general. See, nothing really ever happens until it affects them. See, and they get the message. And when they move, they're not moving for us, they're moving for themselves, and we can ride around as a footnote and pick up the scraps of what they got. Do you dig me? Now, I'm going to put it this way. I essentially ask you at the very beginning about white folks. Should you trust them? You are free to do what you want to do. But if you trust them, you are a damn fool. You can use them, you can befriend them, you can care for them, you can treat them as human beings. But if you make the mistake of trusting them, that's your ass. You see, my brothers and sisters, it's unfortunate, but most of them see the world through white eyes. The captor, the civilizer of the world, the man who brought music to the world, the man who brought jazz into the world, the man who brought everything that's good and perfect into the world, he, according to him, brought it into the world. So my brothers and sisters, I am a critical thinker. Now you can get me one time in the back, but you're not going to have the opportunity to get me in the back again. Either I'm going to cut myself off from you, or I'm going to have to wipe you out because I don't trust you anymore. Never again. That's common sense. If you keep making the same mistake over and over again, you will get the same results over and over again. And if you don't believe this, and if you keep making those mistakes, you are a damn fool. I love you just the same. But I got to tell you like it is. Of course, in the final analysis, we're going to be the victors if we hang in there and do what's right, stand up and say no to tyranny. So just hang in, my brothers and sisters. Manduga Nadada. I love you, and I want to see you love one another and cast that love back on me. Once again, y'all black people, peace and hotep to you.